Thank you for joining. In this video, I will be demonstrating the configuration of wireless technology within a local area network. Adding wireless technology to a network brings flexibility by enabling devices to connect without the constraints of physical cabling. It allows for easier scalability, mobility, and rapid deployment of new devices in various locations. This is the base topology I'll use. I'll build it out by adding wireless for guests visiting the office. In it, I will add 2 laptops, 1 tablet, and 1 smartphone. I'll use a wireless access point for device connectivity. Once the tablet and smartphone are added, you'll notice that they will already show connectivity to the access point without any further configuration. There are 2 reasons for this. First, with Packet Tracer, these devices come with wireless functionality. The second reason is that the components are set to the same default settings as the wireless access point settings. These 2 factors allow for immediate connections. Unlike smartphones and tablets, Packet Tracer laptops do not come with wireless components. I'll have to add those. Once I add the proper components, you will see immediate connectivity because they too use default settings. I'll change out my display names for clarity. Again, I want to point out the immediate connectivity of the tablet and smartphone. All of the settings will have to be changed. I'll go through these 2 devices, show you their current SSIDs, show you the SSID of the access point. This way, you can see for yourself why connectivity is being achieved. For tablet 1, notice that it is using the name default as its SSID name, and authentication is disabled. No passphrase is needed. Notice that the same is true for the smartphone. I'll go back to the access point and show you the SSID and authentication setting. Okay, so now you see why the smartphone and tablet can immediately connect to the network. Like I said, I'll have to change that so that wireless connectivity is a little more secure. But before that, I need to finish building out the physical aspects of the network. I want you to notice that there is only Bluetooth and Ethernet or wired capabilities on this laptop. I'm adding wireless functionality to the physical laptop. I first turn off the laptop. I'll add a wireless adapter. WPC300N will be switched out in place of Ethernet. I'll then turn the laptop back on and you'll see wireless capabilities of the laptop. Again, this is only being done for Packet Tracer. Normally, you would want both wired and wireless capabilities in a laptop. Take a look at the SSID of the laptop now. By default, the SSID name is default. And what do you know? I have immediate connectivity for laptop 1. I'll have to do the same for laptop 2. Okay, great. Now laptop 2 has wireless capabilities. Okay, now it's time to configure the devices with static IP addresses, change out the SSIDs, and add authentication as a security measure. Let me add a straight-through cable between the switch and the access point. Going into the access point, I'll make sure that it is turned on and change the SSID name to Guests. I'll then use as the authentication method WPA2PSK. Finally, I'll give it the passphrase V330333. AES will be used as the encryption method. Notice how the smartphone and tablet have lost their connectivity now that the SSID has changed and a passphrase has been set on the access point. Each of the 4 end devices will have to be updated with the same settings. They will also need their static IP addresses configured. I'll use the main network address of 10.0.0.0. The default gateway is 10.0.0.1. The mask is /27, which is 255.255.255.224. Okay, it's time to change the wireless settings and configure the IP addresses. I'll start with the smartphone and work my way around. I'll do the wireless settings first and then the IP address. This will take a while. If you'd like, you can fast forward the video to the next section. In the next and last section, I will test access to the internal network. I'll ping the company's internal router and access the web server. Okay, I have connectivity, but I still need an IP address for it. Hang on. Again, the default gateway is 10.0.0.1. Configuring the IP address with a mask of 27. I know that this portion of the video shows me as configuring for a Class C network. That was a mistake. You'll see later that I will make the correction. It will be a classless /27 network. Okay, continuing on with the same exact configuration changes. passphrase is case sensitive, so I'm just confirming the case used on the access point. Okay, I'm halfway done with the configurations. I'll just need to go back and update the masks. Okay, this is where I caught myself. While going into the router and confirming its IP address, I noticed that there was a problem with the masks that I was using on both the router and the end wireless devices. All were updated to say 224 instead of 240 or 0. I'm writing the change to the startup config file. Now I'll go back and review my work to ensure proper configuration. I'll check SSIDs, passphrases, IP addresses, gateways, and masks. I'll take note of the cases used in the SSIDs and passphrases. Okay, everything looks good. From the outside, it looks like I have connectivity. However, I'll need to attempt to make a connection with the router's internal interface as well as the web server to confirm that wireless is up and running. I'll start the test one by one, beginning with laptop 1. Great, I made connection with one of the internal interfaces of the router. I'm also able to ping the web server. Give me a moment. I'll pull up the default web page of the server. Perfect. Here's the page being served. I'll test the rest of the end devices with just pings to the router and web server. Okay, I'm halfway there. And finally, the last device, the smartphone. Okay, great. The pings to the router and the web server are both successful. That's it. Configuration is complete. Wireless has been added to the topology and is fully operational. Thank you. I invite you to browse the playlist for similar videos. Goodbye for now.